were thinking what we wanted. None of that mattered to you. I'm sorry. I don't care that you're sorry. You came after me. Was it worth it? You listen to me. Last time when we were apart, no matter what happened, I never gave up hope.
June has been spending so many years trying to survive, and she has to convince Luke to survive.
Luke's really getting his first tiny taste of what June's been going through.
Don't fight them, Luke! To react with violence, to react instinctively is not the way you're gonna get out of this situation. No, where are you taking me? No, Luke!
In this episode, June and Serena have both been captives. Serena feels increasingly threatened and oppressed by the Wheelers.
Where are you going? I'm going for a walk. Absolutely not. Your baby needs to rest. Alanis, go to your room.
It's very reminiscent of when June was a handmaid, and we're now seeing Serena in a similar position.
Her entire being has been taking babies away from people. She believes it's going to happen to her.
She's desperate to get out of that house.
June Osborne was apprehended today.
She's taken so much away from me. I need to see it. I need to see the end. I want to tell my son that I know what happened to his father's killer.
Commander Warren Putnam, you're to come with us.
The thing that would surprise people most about making a television show is how incredibly fast you have to do it. One false moment, one bad scene can break the audience's faith in that particular episode.
The High Criminal Court of Gilead found you guilty.
I never felt that that was a complicated thing for Nick. He's been through many things like this before, which were more morally gray. This is pretty cut and dry for him.
We have to remember that as much as we love Nick, he's not a Boy Scout. Over the years, he's seen Gilead corrupted and perverted by men like Putnam, who have exploited it and used it for their own pleasure and gain. So in Nick's mind, this is a justified execution.
Rose is devastated. Gilead does a lot of things that Rose disapproves of, but to have my husband do that while we have a child is very jarring.
Rose very much wants to believe that her husband is a good man.
I'm worried about the kind of person this makes you.
It makes me the kind of person who will do whatever it takes to make Gilead a safer place for a child.
June and Serena have been on a collision course, and now Serena has June in her sights.
I love the way Lizzie plays that moment where she rolls her eyes and she's like, oh, Serena. This is how she always knew it was going to end.
In those final moments where she believes she's about to die, what she expresses is what she holds on to throughout the series.
I pray for our children. May they do better than we did.
911, what's your emergency?
My house is being robbed. 10 other burglaries in the last month with a similar MO.
They all dialed 911.
Paramedics can reset the alarm.
You said you live alone?
Are there any dogs at your residence?
Police think someone at the call center is using information to pick out potential victims.
So who's our common denominator?
Me.
911, all new next Monday on Fox. And don't move. A riveting all-new cleaning lady starts in 3, 2, 1.
This is the place where they found Gloria's body.
What do you think?
I think I'm angry.
Why aren't you investigating Gloria's murder?
Murder, huh? Pisses me off. Our job is to hold them accountable.
We're trying to get a hold of the police report.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that.
Well, sure you can.
I'm upset that you went behind my back.
It's not about you. If you don't like how I do it, then step aside.
We can't do this together. Either she goes or I do.
What?
What the hell is wrong with you, man? Somebody get it together. Get it together.
What I had with Liv was special. It ain't that easy just to move on.
Leave my team alone. Are you that desperate for a story?
What did you two see out there?
This affects the entire team.
I turned in my official paperwork to transfer to Hawkins today.
I thought we were friends.
So it's like that now?
Yeah, it's like that. She was unfairly making my life a living hell.
You made your decision.
I'm coming for y'all next.
I promise I will protect you. We found the missing backpacker. Dead.
State and federal authorities have been alerted. Let's go.
Hi.
Get out of my tent.
Where's your girlfriend? You know I'm just trying to protect all of us, don't you? Got no other choice.
I'm looking for a creepy guy I saw near your camp.
We'll be dealing with environment chemicals, which is toxic.
The owner, he was in the room. We'll find him.
Fire department, call! Which was the owner?
I had known the victim all my life.
Working in your hood is gonna shake you up.
If intelligence takes this case, it could get complicated. I know things about you too, where your mom lives.
Male, late 20s. Wait.
I'm out of here!
How do you live with that hole in your heart?
Little 8-year-old boy. The sides collapsed.
The child's missing and probably being abused right now. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna get you out of here.
We need to know what he knows. He's our best bet on finding out what we're up against. We should kill him before anyone else gets hurt.
Someone's been spying on us. We don't know who or for how long. What do they want?
Whoever you are, we're coming for you.
The project you'll be interfacing with is highly classified. Over a year ago, we conceived of a creature that could be bred as a weaponized force of nature.
Let me guess. It worked.
A woman who kisses on the very first date is usually a hussy. And a woman who kisses on the second time out is anything but fussy. But a woman who'll wait till the third time around, head in the clouds, feet on the ground. She's the girl you're glad you found. She's your shaboopy.
What the yeehaw
Do you want to go and save the f***ing world?
Daddy's home, shit lickers!
An old man was murdered today.
You still move around like a street cop.
I can't show I care from behind my desk.
New episode of East New York next Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
CBS next Tuesday. These are assault shotgun rounds.
This is a hit. He's gone. I'll send backup.
We need to move in now. You're not giving me a choice. You gotta put the gun down.
A new FBI next Tuesday on CBS.
CBS next Tuesday.
Tell us the truth right now.
There is a line in the sand, and it is time to pick a side.
So what's the plan?
This will not go down the way you think it will.
A new FBI International next Tuesday on CBS. CBS next Tuesday. Waiting's the second hardest part.
And the first?
Finding out the worst.
In about 24 hours, you'll trade anything to be back in this van.
We're gonna find her.
New FBI Most Wanted next Tuesday on CBS.
Next Friday on TV's #1 news series.
I appreciate you giving me a second chance, but I crashed that car and my sister died. Should have been you.
A New Fire Country next Friday, 9/8 Central on CBS.
News are in.
Nice.
People love ghosts.
I pitched the op-ed to the Ulster County Review.
Did you see any female Lenape ghosts?
She says hi.
Cool.
A new Ghosts next Thursday on CBS.
What are you doing here?
I may have given her permission to use the interns.
You gave away our surgical interns?
Do you really want to tell Bailey now?
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
You're helping me with a sex ed curriculum. You get the benefit of working with yet another world-renowned surgeon, Dr. Montgomery.
Don't look so miserable. You're getting paid to talk about sex today.
The king is dead.
He told me he wished for Aegon to be king.
The door remains shut until we finish our business. None can know who you are or what you seek.
What of Rhaenyra?
I have found out something you should know.
This is seizure, and it's treason at the least.
Have you never imagined yourself on the Iron Throne?
I just got a call from an old FBI contact.
They are looking for someone.
Henry. Your ex. He's running for his life.
He landed in Bangkok. If he's in trouble, I need to help.
Nikki?
Gavin, we have to get inside that building. It's the only way to save your son.
We saw warriors. All armed. They're coming for us. We'll have to defend ourselves.
Everybody run for cover!
We've all used stupid words. He got caught on camera.
He said he'd release the video.
Someone else is threatening him.
I know which one my money is on.
We have a kidnapping. Do we know anything about this guy? There's something bigger going on. He's out there, hunting.
Bronze, why am I here?
He raped her and her daughter. And they're saying cops did it.
NYPD!
Gangsters posing as cops.
That's front page news. Help us punish them.
I'm gonna do everything in my power to find these people.
He's the chief lifeguard.
This guy hired unqualified lifeguards in exchange for sex.
He pinned me down. People drown because of you.
Jury's never gonna convict. Going undercover, you're gonna do this my way, you understand?
You got 48 hours.
Apply the pressure.
Someone took them off.
Clock's ticking. I'm going in.
No, just the sparkling water and a turkey sandwich and chips and guac. And yes, I want to see the rest of those baby pictures, Elaine. Thank you. Oh my God, I love Elaine.
Okay, what do you got for me?
So finding the identity of these guys has been like one dead end after another. We know that Hulk King is the admin on Intelligentsia, but the site's security is annoyingly airtight.
I've been looking into the platform, and it is owned by several shell companies that are operating outside of U.S. jurisdiction, which is like, how am I supposed to sue these guys if I don't know who they are?
Okay, look, Intelligentsia is made up of exclusively dumb dudes. One of these guys is gonna slip up, and they're gonna give us enough information so that we can track them down, and then we will find them, and we will destroy them. By any and all means.
Legally.
I said by any and all means.
No, I am going to sue them for defamation and invasion of privacy and get them charged with unauthorized access to a protected computer.
Ugh, boring. All right, if you want to be all Jen Walters about it. Yeah, that's cool.
Monday on a new NCIS Hawaii.
Look how far out he is from the walkway. Someone gave him a hand.
He killed him.
Don't want to put the guns down.
Just how bad are these guys?
Run you over with a bulldozer bad.
This is a terrible plan.
A new NCIS Hawaii after NCIS next Monday on CBS.
Next Sunday.
Kenzie and Fatima, have we made contact?
We don't know where they are.
Sorry, what?
New NCIS Los Angeles next Sunday on CBS.
New Monday.
How many murders?
3 victims in 8 weeks.
Dr. Death is on a murder spree in national parks.
A new NCIS. Monday on CBS.
This is not her fault.
They're prosecuting her for murder.
She did everything to save a life.
It's open season on nurses.
I can't go to jail.
If we don't act now, she's gonna die.
You're a famed gunslinger, and it's 1879.
Resist me, there will be blood.
And I can't let you hurt these people.
To save the town, you have to duel.
This is gonna end badly.
Something very strange is going down at the Slushy Shack.
Reginald has a unique gift. You fail to keep this secret, you die.
Vampires.
New next Friday.
Betty is gone. We lost her. There's a team of SWAT imposters out there. It's gonna be near impossible to stop them.
We're about to find out.
New SWAT next Friday on CBS. Fire.
I am going to make them pay for what they did to you.
There's no way we're gonna lose this.
They're trying to scare us. But we don't scare.
So Help Me Todd. New next Thursday, 9/8 Central on CBS.
I fought hard for this career. It's time to save it. Come with me.
I can't.
I might be pregnant. Yay! Maya and I are not in a good place. What does he say? Back it! We were a family before you came into our station. One of our own is imploding, and we're just sitting back and watching him burn. If you can't lead us through this, Captain, I will.
A new Equalizer.
My dead husband is trying to kill me.
My gut is telling me there's something else going on.
I see, Daddy.
It is an unusual case.
A new Equalizer next Sunday on CBS.
Death is a scientific problem we can solve together.
Can I get some help over here?
That miracle drug could be what's making you so sick.
Call the blood bank!
Why is this happening?
There could be any number of drug interactions with this man.
Those consequences are death. This is even worse than I thought.
Clear!
Sometimes you need a dose of denial to have hope.
No one lives forever.
The Resident, all new next Tuesday at 8 on Fox. And don't move. An all new Monarch starts in 3, 2, 1. Next Sunday.
What happened?
I fell into some kind of trap.
It's the Rookie crossover event.
We're going down.
Rosalind did this. She's a serial killer.
Here comes the feds to help.
I have been preparing for this my whole life.
I do love a bargain. Murder me to save her. It's time.
The Rookie crossover event begins next Sunday on ABC.
Happy rush hour, Metropolites. We've got traffic, and more traffic. With some big slowdowns for you folks coming into town. The city is gearing up for the big Hero Day Parade. And if you're planning
Hey, Connor, can you take a picture of me with the bow staff? Sure. What's this for, a profile? Nah, I want to send it to that guy.
That guy? Who?
Bernard, the Star Lab student.
Okay, got it.
I mean, come on, they made this for me. I would like to say thank you.
Yeah.
Say thank you. What?
Your phone just died.
But I just charged it. What the hell's going on?
Connor! Hey, Connor!
Connor, this is Lex Luthor. I know this might seem a bit much, but how else was I going to contact you? I'd like to meet in person. Come to LexCorp Tower tonight at 8 p.m.
What's going on?
I'll expect to see you then.
Got it! Are you okay?
What happened?
We have to go back to Metropolis.
What?
Suit up.
Connor, what?
Check on Rachel. I got it.
I'm so glad you guys are okay.
I haven't slept. Every time I close my eyes, the threat is over.
A few more days, and you're done with training.
The woman who robbed us, she's been using Mom's Mustang to drag race. We're gonna get that car back.
If you found out who you were, you could be next.
It's not safe for any of us.
Good to see you, Hoyt. I have lived a life of lies and transgressions. You know how close that was?
Can science ever go too far? Just because we can do something, does that mean we should do something?
Yes.
I haven't finished.
I'm sorry, go on.
Ethically, should science have any limitations?
No.
Interesting. What about human cloning?
More of me? Yes, please.
Well, what about more of everyone else?
No, thank you.
What about dinosaurs?
Herbivores, yes. Carnivores, no.
Well, what about the herbivores who can squash you like a bug?
Good point. No dinosaurs.
So, cloning is unethical.
Right.
But what if we were to clone Albert Einstein?
That would be swell. At some point, I'm going to need a sidekick.
So cloning is ethical.
Right, because Albert Einstein, unlike the dinosaurs, harmed no one.
I think the victims of the atomic bomb, which his discoveries helped create, might disagree.
So what's the right answer?
That's why we're here, to find that out.
Why don't you just tell us?
Why don't you?
I asked you first.
You're it, no backseats.
Hi.
Hey, this is a surprise.
Sorry to just drop in.
No, it's okay. Let me just... Sorry, the cleaning lady didn't come today.
Your mother?
Good one. So, what's going on?
So you know how I said I had everything under control?
Yeah?
Things have changed. I wasn't just short on the power bill, I was also short on the rent, and now I'm short on a place to live.
Oh, okay. Well, you're welcome to stay here. Me garage, C garage.
It'd just be for a little while.
Stay as long as you need. You got stuff in your car? Should I go get it?
Yeah, about that. All my stuff's in the apartment, and my landlord padlocked it.
That ain't right.
He said when I pay the back rent, he'll let me in.
Hell with that. I'll go get your stuff.
How are you gonna do that?
Don't you worry about it. Make yourself comfortable. Oh, you hungry? You want some SpaghettiOs? I'm sorry, that was rude. There's your clean spoon.
You looking for a new church?
Not yet.
'Cause I can see you going Catholic. You gotta get thee to a nunnery vibe.
Oh, Mom, really? Passion's Harvest?
The main character's name is Passion. She's inherited her daddy's farm. And there's a stud in the stable.
Oh, that's terrible.
Read it, then tell me how terrible it is.
I'm not reading this trash.
So you're literally judging a book by its cover?
All right. Fine. I'll give it a look. How come you've dog-eared all these pages?
You'll see.
Can I change the channel?
Well, I'm watching this.
I miss when you had a real job and were gone more.
Can you two help me with my homework?
Did I hear him right?
Yeah, he asked for help.
With his schoolwork.
Yep,
How long have you known him?
all my life.
Has he ever asked for help?
No. Hello?
Hang on. Is this some kind of prank?
It's not a prank, I just need help with my homework.
Did a bully take it from you?
No.
Is it real heavy? You need help lifting it?
No, I need your opinion on an ethical dilemma. Should robots have the same rights as humans?
That depends. What's ethical mean?
CBS next Thursday. We've got something new for you.
I feel dizzy.
A little something called
Come on, just tell me.
Young Sheldon.
All right, we're making progress.
Don't miss a new Young Sheldon next Thursday on CBS.
Clearly the only person who can make you feel like a hero is your cleaning lady.
I've worked day in and day out, trying to pry us free of him.
Boxes of narcotics? You do this? I'm out.
Everything you've needed, I've done for you. Now we're doing it my way. Could be a big deal going down. Let me see your hands. Tony, don't say anything.
The Cleaning Lady, all new next Monday on Fox.
The episode 6 time jump was to introduce Allison and Rhaenyra's children as young adults, and then this time jump was to make those young adults adults. So it was important to age them up again and recast again to get them up to the appropriate age. So they're all in the 17 to 21 age range across the span of both families.
Nephews?
As the years have gone by post Alicent's outburst, Alicent has found religion as a way to redeem herself.
We know that Alicent holds closely to the new religion of the Seven Gods, which is not something the Targaryens do. It's part of what sets her apart from the house that she married into.
In the scene where Rhaenyra and Daemon return to King's Landing for the first time, they see a difference. And there were no words that were going to describe the difference. There was nothing in particular that they would point out to us. We figured out how to make it read immediately.
The big thing is a giant 7-pointed star that's hanging in the main hallway. Gaudy, if you ask me. I would say it's nice to be home, but I scarcely recognize it.
It's become a much more quiet and conservative place. It's much more like a monastery now than it was. When we first saw it in episode 1, it's full of light and life, and there's Targaryen erotica on the walls, dragon erotica, and now it's all been replaced with objects of the Seven, and the murals have been covered up.
8 is essentially set in a hospice. The whole episode is essentially sitting by the bedside of a loved one who's dying. Father?
The dramatic tension of this episode does not happen until Viserys shows up in that throne room, because the thinking when Rhaenyra is standing there is it's a farce.
Corlys has been potentially fatally wounded. Nobody knows whether or not he's going to survive, so there's now a question mark about who's going to take on the Driftmark throne.
It's within Alicent's motivation to want Lucerys to be deposed because it disempowers Rhaenyra's side of the family, and he's a bastard anyway, so what is he even doing there? And to give Vaemond power, because if Vaemond takes power, then he owes the Greens, and the Valyrian fleet will all go with them.
I do not understand why petitions are being heard over settled succession.
Vaemond, one of those guys who's not particularly likable, but he always tells the truth, and he can't help it and he can't stop himself. For that reason, he's never really got very far in life. And yet, suddenly, in episode 8, he finds himself possibly in line to inherit the Driftmark throne. He also walks right into the midst of the contentious issue of Rhaenyra's children and their real father. Because he's a kind of a do-right guy and wants to always tell the truth, he misses just how strongly and heavily everybody feels about this.
He knows that those children are not Valyrian. They're white. They got brown hair. Very obvious. And everyone knows it. It's the pink elephant in the corner that nobody wants to talk about, but Vaemond is the one person who will talk about it and who will speak out about it. You may run your house as you see fit, but you will not decide the future of mine. This is something he's been holding on to for like 16 years. And when the petition goes completely sideways for him, he knows he's gonna fall on his sword, but I'm gonna fall on my sword my way. And my way is to tell the absolute truth. So even if nothing is done about it, everybody in this room will know our children are bastards!
Vaemond becomes actually kind of a sympathetic character in that moment. He goes out with a bit of honor.
I have to say this, he did it from behind. Didn't come to me face, did he? Nah, mate. Couldn't do that.
He can keep his tongue.
Viserys, after the petitions, demands that there's a family dinner and that we all sit and eat together.
It's the Last Supper, it's Viserys' last stand. It's the father and daughter story finding some sort of resolution and closure. Unexpectedly, there's a brief moment of, oh, maybe things are going to be okay.
How good it is to see you all tonight, together.
One of the issues with his leadership through the series is a refusal to step up and intervene, to speak with clarity and to lay down the law and to stand by choices that he makes. For the first time, certainly in Rhaenyra's life, she really watches him do it. He stands by the family, both sides of the family, in this final dinner.
It's like all this corruption and all this fighting. This is what it does. This is what being a king does. This is the effect of all of this on me. Why can't we just love each other? It sounds really naff, but it's like, why can't we just love each other? Why can't we just make this work?
Let us no longer hold ill feelings in our hearts. The crown cannot stand strong if the House of the Dragon remains divided. But set aside your grievances.
Forget me as your king, just love me as the man that I am to you and your family.
If not for the sake of the crown, and for the sake of this old man.
Rhaenyra and Alicent have always been trying to pull themselves back from the precipice. The idea is that they never really wanted to get into this rivalry together, but they were driven there by the patriarchy, by the men in their lives. And they have a real friendship and relationship and a real love for one another that might have gotten cold and stale over the years, but it did exist. And then as soon as Viserys leaves the room, the young kids who don't appreciate the history that has gone into this and what's at stake, kick it off again.
His only purpose is to try his best to put the house right before he dies, which he feels like he does until he doesn't.
This is a guy who was unwilling to make enemies of one side to do what was right, so a lot of things in his life went unsaid because he was trying to always tamp down aggressions. And it leads to this final moment where his final message is unclear. He's very ill, he was in a lot of pain, they put him on medication, And he wakes up in that middle of the night trying to have this unfinished conversation that he had with Rhaenyra, not realizing that the woman sitting at his side is not Rhaenyra, but Alicent. So he speaks to her as if she's Rhaenyra, and Alicent picks out words like Aegon and Prince, who is promised, and prophecy, and whatever, and doesn't understand all the context going back into it because she never heard the Song of Ice and Fire because she was never his heir.
Don't take milk of the poppy and then impart really important information just before you die. That's the learning curve on that one.
So it is a bit of a tragic end, but it goes to the idea that this prophecy is a bit of gossamer sliding through your fingers and it's hard to grasp all at once. And also his lack of dealing with the issues at hand at his court that he was responsible for during his life.
I don't think he ever wanted to be king. It's a burden. He's just doing a duty. He was too human to be king.
It was genuinely touching watching Paddy die multiple times from multiple different angles.
When he takes his last breath, he maybe feels like he's done all he can and he's put his house right. He did his best. He kept this secret belief in the prophecy and kept that with him until the day he died. And that's all he could do. In some respects, he wasn't the right man for the job. But in history, he kind of was the right man for the job, you know, 200 years later. So he does have a legacy.